Hello from Santa Cruz. Welcome to you wherever you are in the world. Our show is Go Ahead and Tell Me. I'm Denise Lane.
And I'm Susan Douglas. And today we're joined by RJ Allen and David Mong, the creative minds behind Highway 17 Studios right here in Santa Cruz. With decades of combined experience on major film and TV productions, they've built their own path from the ground up, turning a shared passion for storytelling and production into a growing studio that's making its mark on the land right here. We're excited to hear their journey, their vision, and what's next for Highway 17 Studios. Welcome, RJ and David.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it's great that you're here. So let's dig right into it. RJ, you started your journey in Texas, born in Texas, and they grew up in Michigan, then studied at Full Sail Technical School before heading to LA. So what drew you to film and lighting in the first place?
To film, my father was in the industry as a producer and director, and so I wanted to follow his roles, but wanted to learn a little bit more of the technical world. So I started in what's called below the line, and started in lighting, and then worked my way through that into lighting programmer and gaffer in LA, and then had a child and wanted him to be raised somewhere cool where my wife Erin grew up, and so we moved up here.
Right, you met your wife on set, right?
Yeah, I met her on a movie called El Muerto, starring Wilmer Valderrama as a superhero risen from the dead, and she was a script supervisor, and I had a job to do, but I still found time to flirt with that script supervisor. So, and then we both got in the union, and she was in Local 871, and I'm still in 728, 20 years now, and IATSE member, and yeah, we ended up working together on TV shows down in LA, so that was a lot of fun as we grew.
Yeah. Well, you guys have worked on some very big productions. But first, let's go to David. You began with an engineering background.
I did, yes.
And cinema.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there was quite a shift to go from engineering to
absolutely.
cinema.
Yeah. I was never the strongest academic. Pursuing engineering was, your typical due diligence for your parents. So parents, wanted that, and I did it for them.
Yeah.
And I was able to successfully finish and work in the industry a little bit. But it was later on, as I matured, that just wanted to do something different, and my options were open. So I was able to look into a cinema program, and I chose San Francisco State and went there.
Right. Yeah.
To kind of pursue the typical dream.
Yeah.
But you're more of a local, right?
I am. I am an immigrant, child of an immigrant. I am an immigrant myself, but I grew up in San Francisco, Bay Area based. Spent the majority of my life in the Bay Area, Santa Cruz, San Francisco. I currently reside in San Jose. So very rooted here in the Bay. I did my due diligence and time in LA and in New Orleans and a little bit in the East Coast, as we know where work tends to take you. But ultimately, I found my home back here in the Bay.
Right. And then by chance, you both ended up on the same set and that's how you met, right? So that was the movie
San Andreas.
San Andreas,
Yeah.
That was about 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Oh gosh, even more I think now.
Yeah. It was.
We filmed it. 15 released. 18,
a couple of handfuls
we
years
did
ago.
Terminator. It was a really good. Right when in that period of time, San Francisco was really having a lot of LA come up here and do filming.
Yeah.
So it was getting a lot of great unions on and people into the union. It was really great for the city.
Yeah, and Pursuit of Happyness, of course, with Will Smith.
Yes,
he was nominated for that role, wasn't he?
That was one of my first large motion pictures, and it was a great experience.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it must have been interesting to watch him as an actor.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah,
this was definitely a first-hand experience, be able to kind of see the inner goings of it. So it was a very amazing experience, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. But that's not the only big movie you've been on. I mean, good Lord, you've got
Yeah.
really quite a list here, guys.
Yeah.
And they've picked up awards and nominations, and I'm just going to go through the list unless you can start me off with, what you've done altogether.
I've been a part of winning a Razzie. Worst movie of the year, starring Paris Hilton, the hottie and the naughty. So once you win an award for the worst, it's really just
uphill.
After that.
Uphill from
easy.
there.
So, we've been very, very lucky to be, and collaborate. That's what the industry is about. Is that there's so many different levels of being and working on a film, but it takes amazing collaboration, and that's what's nice is that. Those are one of those awards you win most always as a team.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know film sets because that's my background, and it's a different world. When you're on a film, I discover that nothing else exists. At least I don't know if you find it that way, but you're in this bubble with everybody else. You turn into a family for the amount of time you're shooting.
Very much so. Yes.
And nothing else exists. You just go to bed every night, get up every morning. What else happens in the world? You don't know. At least that was my experience.
That's par for the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another nickname we always give it is like boot camp, right? It's like going through boot camp. Your experience with your peers, your team, usually come out of it stronger and closer at the end.
The public thinks it's all glamour.
Nothing like rigging some 4-aught in the cable in the gutter of downtown LA to realize that this movie does have its highs and lows. But great point is that with those hours, 80 hours a week, your camaraderie with your teammates become the people that are at the first birthday of your child, and they're at they still to this day, even after 12 years disconnect of just not being there so frequent. Those are still some of the closest people I know and the histories that we share.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Now, David, you worked on Zodiac.
I did, yes.
With David Fincher.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of impressive. How did you find him as a director?
Very intense.
Yes.
Yes. So Zodiac was my actual first major Hollywood movie, the full shebang. I was originally brought on as a production assistant in the office. I already had background as a coordinator, and I was starting to produce. So it was a peer of mine that brought me in to help support when they were prepping. Through that process, I ended up being the van driver for David Fincher and his team as they go out scouting. And so I would be in a fly on the wall and just kind of listening to everything, just absorbing. And when the moment came, they asked about me, and I let them know that I was an aspiring DP. Of course, every green kid would talk about their goals and dreams of being a director with top-notch, award-winning director right there, of course.
Right.
And, I'm sure they all had a great chuckle, and was something that was amazing that I never expected was the DP and gaffer looked at me and says, well, we're going to bring you on the show as an electrician.
Yeah.
Today's your lucky day. And they were people of their word. And the next thing I know, I switched departments. Everyone was giving me weird looks, and I never looked back. I took the opportunity and ran.
Yeah, the stars on that were Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., and Mark Ruffalo. No small pickings there.
Oh, no, it was definitely an all-star cast, and they were all actors at their peak at that time. So they were all very, very, it was definitely a very great experience.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So also TV series you've done, right? Is this both of you?
Yeah, you did episodic, did you? Yeah,
I did. I never really was a regular staff member on a show. I only did the location work. So whenever TV shows came through the city, like Monk or what was the other TV show at the time that was really big?
You had Looking.
Looking. I was always kind of like what they call a day player. So I was never a regular staff team. But RJ here has a very extensive on seasons.
Yeah, it was episodic. That was my mainstay. I did a lot of features in LA, but once you have a child, it kept you closer to home.
Right.
The hours were you still don't feel like you're at home. But my run was probably about a solid 12 years on mostly episodics, and then the 3 to 4 months off, we'd fill it in with commercials and movies.
Right, and that one of them was Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine was one of the catalysts that I left LA with, and it was such a great show. The team, they received a Golden Globe for technical achievement.
Yeah.
Andre Bauer, the whole team, Eric, Terry Crews. It was a beautiful, beautiful show to be on. Very fun.
And also the Ghost Whisperer.
Ghost Whisperer, that was a heck of a show. That was full 5 seasons, and Love was amazing. The team there was great, and it was there were certain different kinds of shows. That was the one where the crew was family, because we did so many hours. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine was more like when I was on Modern Family. It was, your days are shorter, your impact, your script, your talent is amazing, and it's all comedy. So they were able to play. Like, it was one of the most beautiful places to watch the creative talent land, them mess with the clay, as you will, live, and then come out with the most beautiful, amazing shows that, it was canceled and then voted back by, that was the first time in history it got canceled, and then Social was able to overpower the studios.
Wow. The audience demand brought it back. Correct.
Yeah, that was
that's so
first
cool.
in history.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go to your collaboration now. How spell it out? How did it all kind of evolve?
Wow. I started a company years ago called Do For Productions, and pre-COVID, I said, he and I worked so well together. I'd taken myself out of the daily principal photography and running the companies and the labor. And I wanted to partner with him. I was like, let's do this. I'll give you half everything. And he's like, man, I just got to keep a film. And then he kind of talks, so we jumped forward. And after COVID, he was able to bring me on one of his clients' gigs because I was waiting for the entertainment industry to ramp back up. And we both kind of played tennis with the idea, and we came out with a great little partnership.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. During COVID, this occurs to you.
Mm-hmm. COVID kind of, ironically enough or funny enough, COVID was the catalyst that kind of brought us back together. Not just one day or 2 day. We had a long project where we were seeing each other every day, and it just kind of made sense to revisit our old conversation that we had, I think, 8 years prior or 10 years prior.
Wow.
And it just seemed like the right move at the time. I think timing was just off, and this one there was no question. This is what we need to do, and we got to do it. And
we came up with it, the concept in the basement of Apple when Apple was founded in a basement. So we figured that we had no excuse but for success with that dynamic. So literally in a basement, we're sitting there on a project with Apple, and just like, hey, we should maybe think about other things to do. We're like, what better place than the basement of Apple to do it? And they started in a garage, so it was close enough.
Yeah. So what gap were you guys hoping to fill in the Santa Cruz creative community with HWY 17 Studios? Such a cool concept.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it was. We wanted to see a larger dynamic of support for what is already existing here, and the ability for them to have a larger playground, if you will, the resources closer, and not have to drive over Highway 17, and really make Santa Cruz the dominance it is in the micro bay. And really, the bay is a large area, but in the micro bay, it stretches all the way down to Carmel and up to, depends on where you call it, Half Moon Bay. But, that area demands, and it deserves, the respect. And, we have great venues here that are very old school and working on new school, and it's very tough to take a venture in this city. And it's kind of changed right now. And we just decided to do it and bring our film to it, and then, parallel that with the playground for everyone else and live entertainment at a level that we dream of, like getting high-end comedians, and we all sit in couches, and sit in this environment that is available in a lot of other big cities. It's nothing really new. We just feel Santa Cruz deserved it. And I tricked him into it.
And is it all kinds of films, productions, or do you have a focus right now?
Our focus is the local community. We're open to do, whatever creative project is out there for them. We want to provide the professional and, safe space for them to kind of exercise their creative mind and trying to do the creations they want. We do still photographies. We do commercials. We're currently hosting a small online TV show, and we've done. We hosted the Santa Cruz Film Festival and other type of speaking events,
Right.
conferences as well. So definitely, we want to let the community know that this is a very versatile space that can be used for, across the board, not just for motion picture film, but also for your local school event or your local company, Christmas party, for example.
Yeah.
Even.
So Susan and I interviewed a couple of gals who are fabulous opera singers and actresses. They're always in performances. We saw them in 2 performances at the Santa Cruz Shakespeare this summer.
Yeah.
And they've created a new company called the Opera Project. And it's very innovative. It's kind of like what you guys are doing, only it's in opera.
Okay.
And so they've updated it. They've made it accessible. It's fun. They dress more contemporary and they hold it in bars. And it's very accessible to everyone. And so it seems like something like that might be
It seems like in our
awesome.
wheelhouse. Yeah.
Awesome to film.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And then we also interviewed Charles Pasternak with the Santa Cruz Shakespeare Company.
Okay.
And he has a vision of making that production company the top in the world, like world class. I think it already is, personally. And and so it seems like that could be another medium for him to get his work out there, because they're fabulous.
Oh, that's great. I'll have to look into them. Yeah, that's what we wanted, is the place for other people to have. Like what we have a music video that's coming in and shooting 2 days. It's not our production. One of the things that we do have on the docket for December 13th is the Almar Street Fair, which we're in collaboration with the parish. And so we're having Maker's Mark, and we're doing booths, and parish will be there to serve some libations. And it just would be really kind of cool, and we're going to create those type of things. And that's what, when we produce, we're going to want to bring to the city. But like I said, that would be maybe 10 times a year where we actually utilize the facility for our production needs. Everything else is kind of like, let's go, opera.
Yes. Because you've got 3 unique spaces, don't you?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we kind of have 4 because we created a smaller stage that's available they're all available by the hour, but this one comes with lighting, and it's kind of like, imagine you can pull in, we had somebody pull in their Harley and do a Craigslist eBay photo for their Harley, and then somebody sold some stuff on eBay on a live show. It just really is nice because that one's right next to our wardrobe and makeup room, and it just gives them a little bit of access. But yeah, with that, we have about 3 large spaces, just over 21,000 square feet, and then if you include the outside area, which we hope to continue our new relationship with the city and get them around a nice 2,000 person concert out there.
Oh, that would be great.
It would be. And now they're building that little Valley Village, which is a respectful sound wall to the local Santa Cruzians. It'll return all the audio my way, and they can Airbnb those condos for a lot during Snoop Dogg's concert. But, we have a lot of options with the facility. The owners have been really supportive, because it was a purchase option in 90% of the places we visited. But the owners of 831 and who originally started the Good Earth Tea Company were very, very supportive in us and said, we'd love to see what you guys can bring to the city. Quoted many times in our ears is like, you're going to make me love Santa Cruz again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what made you fall out, but let's go.
It's such a creative place. And, as Denise said, so many creative people. I mean, you can't, it's a very special spot for attracting this kind of talent.
Oh, absolutely.
It is. You can't miss with the beach and with the forest, just the environment.
You can change it in a second and just say, you know what, I'm too many other people at the beach today. I'm going to go for a walk up at campus, and you really do get to enjoy that diversity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what have your backgrounds brought to the studio? What have you brought in with you? What are both your strengths that you're putting towards this business?
I brought Dave into the company.
Your strength is personnel.
Yeah, I am. I started with the labor company. It's knowing what people, can do, want, and are really good at. And all jokes aside, I offered my company before to him as let's do this together, and then luckily we had built later to where we could really collab. But yeah, my success is people. I've been surrounded by great people. I've been lucky enough to be called one of them, and I said, you can't wait to meet the people around me. And that's what I've been blessed with, is the team I have. So I'll take that as a good statement.
And David?
Well, I like to feel that, I'm decent in the people side, but not as good as this guy here. But, it's kind of balance. I feel that we're similar, but yet we're also very different, that we're able to balance each other out. With that, though, we're also able to kind of bounce ideas off each other. I feel that I do have or I tend to have a better grasp, or tend to just veer towards more of the aesthetics of things, as just lighting has always been kind of my base foundation and background. So image, making beautiful pictures, making a beautiful environment is kind of like always been my main focus, while he always has the brilliant ideas of how can we bring everything to the next level. Then I'm like, well, this is what we need to do to execute. This is how we execute it. And it's kind of like a very good partnership, where it's like you have the perfect idea, and then we have the ability to execute it through the technical side. So I feel that we create a very nice balance for each other.
Yin and yang.
Yeah. And he did say brilliant. Just this, we're being recorded, Dave.
I'm just being nice.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Since we're in front of company.
Oh my God! You cut that.
Okay, so when we hit the studios, take us through it. What's it look like right from the outside? And, give us I've seen the website, and it looks very attractive, I have to say.
Yes, it does.
Thank you. We just brought Kyle in, who's the little fly on our wall filming. And he's an independent film director who has a movie coming out. He's joined our team. And first thing he says, like, we're going to put a fly through with the drone of the whole walkthrough on the website. So look forward to seeing that in the next month or so. But he's a new addition to our team. And if you walk into it, you drive in, and if you've ever seen a small film studio in LA, I drove by this facility for years, and I was like, if I just put up big walls to keep people out, it would look like a film studio. And I mean that out of respect. Yeah. But Good Earth was a tea factory that was built, and their way they built the facility from left to right with productions and all that, it is very much a studio in essence. We had to just come and bring it to 2025. So when you pull in, you'll see on the right our friends at Mint Solar. They've taken up, someday we'll get that stage. But then just past that, you have an 8,000, a 7,000, another 8,000 square foot studio space. One is already painted black. We're going to be putting in lights and moving truss up there. And then you go into our production facilities, which we are in talks with a TV show that wants to utilize that space. And then that's our studio. Inside there, you have little green rooms. We have our edit bay. You have a makeup room. You have a wardrobe room, production room, conference room, and the very, very nice bathrooms that we made sure to upgrade and bring to 1995. It was a green tea company, and they love green tea color, so we were embracing a little offset of that. But that's kind of the environment. We have a lot of local artists there. Barney, local surfer, 9 Barn. We were blessed to have a lot of his artwork. We have that. We have Lost Boys posters, originals. We're in talks with the Shoe Palace for a project next year to do a mural on the building. So
cool.
Not necessarily shoes, but Lost Boys style. So we're really excited. And that Lost Boys, 40 years coming next year. So it's Santa Cruz is, it's been there. It's coming back, and we're really excited for that.
Absolutely. So would you expect any international films to be coming into production here?
That would be our goal, is that right now you can see, obviously it's like, oh my God, I have this project. You should see all the people coming and talk to us about these great projects from Oakland to here. They're looking for financing. Some of them are achieving it. And then with that redundancy, it'll wake everybody up. And they're going to say, oh, that'd be great. I'd love to shoot a beach show in that dynamic. Not even have to do with Santa Cruz. Just have that beach dynamic of their own town. And this place has it. You want to do the boardwalk. So much great stuff.
Yeah, the redwoods, everything.
Yeah, now you have that. And before it was, you look at us and the director of that, Jordan Peele, he's come here and he's done some stuff because he sees it, but it doesn't always scream Santa Cruz. But it's a great place to film.
Right.
And working with, we want to get our labor company in. We've worked with 611, 16, 134, and we can generate more productions on the union level too. We can get that dynamic of labor involved in here. And what makes that appealing is the repetition. to productions. It's like, oh, you guys are constantly doing stuff. That means, oh, we can lean on that labor force then because we feel more secure. You guys are producing constantly. You have a labor force specialized in film or specialized in events, and doing those scale of events here that's the domino effect of our industry. Because if I haven't done it and I do it all the time, I can't wait to be at that place I haven't done it. Because you did a show there and you had great stuff. I want to go there. And entertainment it's all about who you know. And now we're getting Santa Cruz more into that who you know basis and focalizing on Highway 17, Micro Bay, and the film industry. We do feel that that's a possibility.
Right. And California holds tax credits for productions, doesn't it?
They do. They do.
So
they had new tax credits that implemented this year, in fact.
Oh, did they?
Yes.
And that was a great list they just released. It was, I think, over 100 movies that were received. The
Really?
accreditations.
Tax credit? Oh, that's always a huge plus on your budget.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and we just did the film festival where they were all talking about, I forgot his name, but he had another one and he's trying to do it. Cheryl came to speak with us. There's so many great projects here and they're not on a absurd budget. And, you know, that's going to be the marketing. When those deliverables hit market, you're going to see it. They're going to see the return now because the mainstream is shifting. And AI is going to change it, but it's only really changing the size of the studios you need. As an entertainment industry, we're going to only use that as a tool for as long as we can.
Yeah.
It's not going to really affect all the creative and all that. We'll just say, hey, how do I air gap that stunt from this side to that side? And I was like, you never thought about this? And we didn't. Okay, cool. That's a tool. But the 140, 250 people on set to execute it, there's not going to be a him and awe. You may not need all the power and the voltage, aka the studios don't need to be so high. You don't need permanence or those type of things, and you don't need 4-aught to such a level and waterfalls and all these things that carry our industry on a baseline. Those are going to reduce because the overhead and the need is being assisted through technology and streamlining some of the production and principal photography dynamics.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how technology was changing your work and the production. Yeah.
It's had a slight hand in it, and I know Dave's out there really changing the industry with this, so I'll let him speak on that, and that's hard for me to do.
Yeah, LEDs.
I mean,
AI.
the technology that's out there right now has definitely streamlined and helped facilitate the industry. Some may argue that things like AI is taking away jobs. I don't necessarily feel it's doing that just yet. I feel we're still in the early stages of that being something that's kind of affecting our industry specifically. I can see it happening in a factory, right? A welding, something that where a repetitive welding point has to be made. In a AI robot, I'm sure can handle something repetitive like that with ease. With the kind of work that we do, creative, like RJ said, it does really require a staff, a team, a crew of 150 to execute that amazing stunt. Say Keanu Reeves, Matrix 4, flying across the building tops.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we were working on Venom. Matrix was filming at the high-rise directly across from us, and we were able to kind of see how they did it. And it did indeed take a crew of 200 people, cranes, full equipment, to get the person to fly across. But then, of course, the AI tool helps erase all the ugliness and makes it look real clean and real. So technology definitely has helped us bridge that gap. Utilizing it as a tool helps streamline our schedule, our workflow. But definitely, I don't feel it has taken away anything from us. I think it's only been, a powerful tool that helped.
Positive so far, yeah.
Exactly, absolutely.
Yeah,
Unless you're in
great.
post-production, that you used to get a lot of time rotoscoping that out. So there is some type of there are entities in the industry that are being affected. That's why writers are protecting it, AI voice, all that stuff. So those are on the precipice, and I think everyone's doing a great job. But so if we do talk about that one scene, you're guaranteed going to see a post-production change because AI will be a greater tool. Now, of course, that's not going to take away from your lead editor, but it may take away from your E3, your third line editor, or your assembler editor, which gets out of everybody's real scope. Where you're like, I thought it was just one person. So, but it's still a whole team back there. And then so it's a post-production company that will probably see a difference in the post cost. And then a producer goes, oh, I am saving money here. I still need the 200 people to execute it. But maybe now you don't have to hide the crane as much. Those type of dynamics. We used to have to crane them on the roof and hide them behind some AC units. to help post. But now it's just leave the crane. AI, disappear crane. So those type of dynamics.
Wow.
Yeah, there are those that are still a tool, but there will be a backside effect of that. So I don't want to negate it in any way, but
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just as far as principle and some of that stuff on a huge level. You look at, your $5,000 to $10,000 commercials. Now you're looking at a 40 to 60% involvement in AI, and it's somebody fresh out of school, which is great. But they're taking away, the higher end budgets. People are getting it. They're getting a higher turnover now as quality, fast, quick, that little slider. What are you getting out of the return? Those create a huge gap in the market, because now my cousin's friend can do it with Sorna or Canva, and you're getting it quick. But then when you step up and you're like, oh, I want to do a real one with actors, and they're like 70,000, you're like, what? Huh? So there's that. It creates more of a disconnect with clients and customers and marketing when they're like, well, you can do it. I could do it on Sorna. And I'm like, well, I know what you got out of that. That's why we're still having a conversation. So there is side effects of it. It's more of a challenge for a legit, a marketing company to sit there and go, yeah, we need this because we developed your campaign. Did you come up with the concept, or did you plug it into AI? Can I get something now by doing AI and come back to you and say, I came up with the concept now, I only half the money. So it's giving that buyer-seller market a challenge when you come to production and cost of actual budgetary items when it comes into there.
Right. So will AI still be under the auspices of VFX, do you think?
If it was a crack in the system, that's the leak that gets it in.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of money in there.
Yeah.
And so you look at, A24 and other entities, I wouldn't put it past them, as we have an AI server at our place to assisting in budgets. That's the only reason we bring it in. So if they're not bringing on the server in or paying for a high server, AI server, then, they're going to put themselves behind in the industry. So you need to be learning that right now and figuring out how to do it, so when the next update goes, you're not so far behind in every single thing. You look at Google, it's losing its AI search, or it's losing its search algorithms to ChatGPT and all that, because ChatGPT goes, grabs everything, compiles it, where before, how many pages of ads are you getting? So it does have an effect, and it's only a tool, and it's only going to make us, better to focus on the things that prioritize or makes our priorities set correct, because now you don't have to do all that stuff. You can schedule your day, you can do all that stuff, especially when you come to principal and you're like, I need these meetings, let's set one with art and all this and set deck and scenic, and then have AI correlate those meetings through it so everybody gets that meta. That's going to change our industry on a dime in the flow, in the work path. So now you're saving some money on pre-production, but now people used to bill 5 days, but you could only get away with 3. So, how do you do that? You just tighten everything up. It's the same thing. It's the old power screwdriver dynamic. When the first screw gun came out, they're like, well, it's going to change our industry. Now you have a screw gun, you have an analog, you have a digital, and now you have, something else. It's just tools.
Yeah. It's changed so fast. This last 25 years.
It seems like,
it's been incredible.
Absolutely.
That way, hasn't it?
Yeah, it gets rid of Moore's law really quickly, and it really, it's tremendous. And he gets to do some NDA projects that really just put us into the scope of where everything's really going. And it's excitingly scary.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think back to 2020, which wasn't that long ago,
No,
the beginning
not at
of
all.
this century, they were still on film. They were still filming
Yeah.
on film.
Yeah. Absolutely.
HD was a big new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord. Look at it now.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah, I remember working on, set, and then we went from a, Panavision to, a Lexus. That changed.
Yeah, Zodiac was the first motion picture shot on high definition digital.
Right, there you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they used a camera system called the Viper Cam.
The Viper. Yeah.
The camera itself looked like a very, your typical Hollywood standard, motion picture camera. But the difference was it had an umbilical, 6-inch diameter umbilical cord of different cables gained and all hotted together, and it ran into a 5-ton box truck. And that box truck held all the memory cards that all that data was served up to. The main card and the backup card lived on a giant 5-ton truck.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're talking still this century.
Yeah,
Amazing.
exactly. And then now it's in a little memory card the size of your thumbnail.
Yeah,
Right? And
the TIT on set, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a whole different job that didn't exist in those days.
exactly.
Yeah.
DOT is a big whole position that developed just because of an industry. So
Right.
maybe you lose one, but then there are going to be others that pop up.
Right, yes, as long as it's still people,
Yeah.
not robots.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me get one of Tesla's robots for the stage. I was like, but wouldn't that be? No. Okay, fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I saw one in a local restaurant, a serving robot in Scotts Valley. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. There was this little robot going around serving everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be fun.
I guess we are kind of, San Jose, valley kind of thing. So I guess it's all first here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the hub of technology, so definitely, this would be a perfect testing ground for all of that.
Yeah, exactly, and it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's one piece of gear or a trick that you swear by? A lighting trick that you swear by?
A lighting trick.
Like a technique? I don't know.
Is that too general of a question?
For lighting, I like to. Oh, I don't even know that. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man.
Do you still have time to do lighting yourselves now or not?
I don't. I mostly run the companies. When I go out, I direct and produce.
Right.
Sometimes I make the mistake of being in front of the camera.
I do get the opportunity to do lighting design and be out in the field and execute the theories behind everything. I wouldn't say there's like one specific trick. I would say something that I noticed that a lot of people tend to, deal with last is just modifying the light with diffusion. For me, it's after I get I always call it my heavy lifting done. I like to come back through and fine tune my scene, whatever look I'm lighting, and see where areas can just be kind of honed in a little bit. And I find that usually a little piece of diffusion, just something to soften the light source, usually does a nice job in giving a natural fall off, controlling multiple shadows, just giving a more organic look and feel. I tend to do that, and so far it's been working. So I would say maybe that might be my little trick for you guys for lighting.
Well, lighting is so important.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So much to it.
Cinematographers are just one of the most important people on set.
Very valuable.
Yes, very valuable.
Yeah, definitely making refined, pretty pictures. That allure the eye. Trick the brain, so to speak, is definitely important. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's big awards for that.
There is.
There are.
They do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Always remember, Spielberg said, "Without the wheels, we can't shoot." So he gave value to the Teamsters when it came to large motion pictures. They're all we're all so unique, the props team, hardly ever gets shouted out, but there's so many great collaborators in there that, the cinematographers get a lot of that, so do the directors and producers, the face front. But when you look at a 200 plus person crew, it's amazing. Every one of those are a MacGyver and a lead in their own industry, because it's like the 1% to get to LA to then do that. You've had to fight through so much.
yeah,
I mean, every event, every production, whether it's motion picture or live, it's always truly a collaborative force that really kind of needs to come together and execute and kind of work together on the same page. And that's kind of like the key to filmmaking, is working together as a group. It's not one main person necessarily, or one main department. It really is a harmonious and a homogenous team, a group, each department working together, cohesively and to execute. If one, heaven forbid, is not operating at optimal, it does affect everyone else. Just kind of like engine of a car, so to speak. So
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
something that, I as a member of the public don't think about. There's 200 people back there
correct. Yeah.
creating this.
Yes.
Yeah.
on all different levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my one trick, I guess, as a producer and a motivator of humans is that I often say to the team, because live and film is very, very stressful, but smile. Remember, you could add a real job. Like, this is entertainment. Enjoy it. And some days are long and hard, but there are cubicles crying out for you. And that will get them right back, because we're very, very blessed to be able to sit there and go, I have an idea. And make it happen. And yeah, you need help, but that is a deliverable that is unachievable in some worlds. So just smile, because we're very blessed to be in this industry. And, we're excited to see everything that's come through Highway 17 has been something I didn't expect. The first thing we did was an anti-bullying campaign, which is amazing. But that was the first to come. And I thought for sure it was going to be, I don't know what I thought, but that was awesome. And the team's been amazing. We've had contact with him and his team, and it's just really, really cool what's coming out underneath the rocks here in Santa Cruz. It's really a joy.
That's so needed. I mean, what a beautiful first project.
Yeah,
We felt very lucky.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Is there a dream production that you would just fall over if they came towards you? That you think of?
I would say a 5-year episodic contract, taking over all the stages and outside will give you a deal. No, I would just.
Well, yeah.
I would love to
Let's see if
see
we
a
can find
TV.
that.
Yeah, a TV show. Something that's 10 to 12 months. Obviously from not necessarily a financial standpoint, but something of longevity here that would love to embrace the local crew. That would be amazing, because we're really not into that one or this one. It's like, come on, because the industry is here. The people will be so excited to embrace this, and you'd have a crew and a city behind you. And it's not a lot of times, unless they first get there, that the city would do that. And that's what we're excited for. And that's the dream, is that we will have booking conflicts.
Yes.
That's really, and that's not corporate, but that's just, we'd love to see this place being utilized and have such a high turnover. You're like, oh my God, what was that? Where'd they go?
Right. Right.
I mean, as any business or business owner, turning away customers is like, of course, the dream situation, right? I mean, in theory, that means you're doing so well that you can't bear any more, right?
Right,
And it's, especially for a stage and studio, that just means we're booked out.
Yeah. Or having a wait list.
No,
yeah.
of course, that would be the ultimate dream. But I think, more importantly, just having another creative project, not only just be about this area, but based in this area.
Yeah.
When I say that, meaning the production hub, the everyday operations. Here at the Bay Area, the micro Bay, Santa Cruz, San Francisco, it's always such a destination location, even for motion
It is.
pictures.
Yeah.
And so it would be lovely to have them, hubbed here and
Yes.
here for, any kind of duration I'll take. But that definitely would be, I would say, my current dream for something like that for here.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, talking about crew, do you fly them in if there's a production, or are they already here?
For the most part, the team's already here.
Oh,
NorCal itself has a great community of film professionals that
absolutely.
have stood on their own, or depends on the contract, and I mean that only like that, have been a support structure for the contracts that come here or the shows.
Okay.
Great talent pool. If we had a feature, you could probably have 3 or 4 features here off of the crew in NorCal alone.
Oh.
Now that depends on budget and contract and all those different dynamics, but there is a ginormous talent pool of here. It gets into, those are like 3-4 leads per show. When you get into more than that, we're going to have to work on training up some of the caliber to take on some of those larger roles.
Yeah.
But the labor force here is very, very strong, and we're very involved with that. And not only do we assist just in payroll, but we also do bookings and things like that to assist in people getting work outside of, let's say a union narrative constantly, because that's a struggle too, to work more than 80 to 120 days a year.
Yeah. We certainly, have flown, crew, department heads, key members to wherever they need to go for the project. But we have at the same time, we have a very strong local team that can do the gambit, from leading a team leading the department down to just a driver. So we have a very strong local support here that I'm very proud of, and then we utilize as well very heavily.
And an example, you do a lot of stuff with the Warriors and Giants. And for spring training, Dave takes, because they love us and Giants approve it, but he takes the whole team from here to Arizona, and we hire some locals to assist on some of that stuff. But that's all, and Giants are like, oh yeah, they could save some doll hairs, don't tell them. But but they want to be supportive of that, and so we go and bring NorCal other places as well. Yeah, that's the strength of the labor here.
Yeah, to know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. What initially drew them in?
The labor?
Yeah.
Well, when they come in and they see, all of a sudden you have, what was it, Bumblebee, the movie, filming at the boardwalk.
Okay.
And you get to walk by that. That's going to bring somebody in. And, well, how can I work on that? I don't just get to see it.
Yeah.
When you find out you're watching something, you're like, wow, there's 200 people on that. Somebody's going to put two and two together, and that's 200 job positions.
Right.
So you're going to find out, and you're going, well, I've always wanted to do makeup. We have teams that do makeup on a show. So it's pretty much, and we often say, there's no test to get into our industry. So a lot of us are secondaries. Like Dave went to engineering, and, I went down other paths, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I found this. And it worked with my narrative. And that's what a lot of below the line entertainment is. It fits with what they want to do.
Right. Yeah. Work experience is very big in this particular industry. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A lot of people can really achieve, maybe more than other industries, just through being on the ground and
just getting
the job done.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is there any advice for people starting out in production or lighting today who want to build a career like yours?
I would say, because I didn't find my path directly. It wasn't, this was my dream from the beginning. I went to school for it, and I graduated, and I'm executing that dream. It was, I had to find it, and I was fortunate to land where I landed. I would say, whatever you do, I would just say put forth your best effort, and you will land where I feel that wherever you excel the most, you tend to, you exude it, and people around you tend to see that. And I feel that once you find that, what pushes you and moves you that way, you'll just automatically really put forth that energy, and people will notice that, and you'll kind of naturally fall into that. And I feel that's kind of like how I went about it. Once I found what I really enjoyed, what I liked, I really put forth my best effort, and with that I was able to become a lighting specialist, a gaffer in the motion picture industry, and now a business owner with a business partner, trying to bring my experiences from the past and share with everyone. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Be very obliging is what I've witnessed. The guys who are coming up on set, they're very obliging.
Yeah. And just, if you want to work, just work.
Yeah.
Take all the gigs, find the industry. It's not that elusive,
No.
and go up to, you see a film set, there's in LA, there's production lists where you can find out where we're shooting every day. We have to do that. Every time there's a permit pulled for film, it's underneath the category called film permits, and those are accessible on city websites. So go down that list, get past the security guard, don't sneak, but talk to one of the crew and tell them, because we've all been there and we know it's not hard, but it will take knock on the door, knock on the door, and it will open. You will find a way. If you want to do what we do, as I said, there's no test. It's just be tenacious. Just go
Persistent,
for it. Just don't stop.
Excellent.
That's great advice.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the big vision? 10 years down the road, what are we doing?
I want to start that question over. 10 years from down the road, I would love for us to let's go real big dreams. We're gonna buy Safeway's parking lot, and we're gonna really grow this studios really large. We'll still let Parrish have a home, but to grow this, I feel that we'd like to see multiple movies and multiple TV shows sitting here on all different scales and have a turnover that is beneficial to the city.
Yeah.
I mean, my 10-year plan for this is we need a new building. We need a new space. Absolutely. I feel RJ and we have the ability and the resources, and I think there's a need out there to really push forward and try to bring in as much as we can at this, the creativity and this creative playground that we're trying to put together. I feel that, 10 years, I want to be in that point where we need to find another space to accommodate the demand that's out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And throw in doing tours.
And doing tours. I like doing tours. I don't like those.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Just grow. Just give more space. And, with all that we've heard, that's what we feel is needed. And it's since July this year. So we really feel that this is a need that is going to be thoroughly filled and embraced by the city and, its outskirts of the Micro Bay.
Yeah, well, you did go into cahoots with the Santa Cruz Film Festival, which had not been on for a few years, but then returned. Was that because of your collaboration?
Definitely helped boost.
Absolutely.
It was great marketing, and Paul and his team. He's working on something with UCSC and having us be kind of that bridge we spoke on in training and labor and get people more acclimated to set a little quicker. Mm-hmm. So I full growth, double. Yeah, and kick Safeway out. Let's go.
Yeah, there's always grocery stores.
There's always grocery stores.
Plenty of grocery stores.
Yeah. But I think that even too, just, all the film stuff, but with the entertainment and the venue options we have, like that's one thing you don't get to do a lot in the entertainment industry is go to Universal Studios and do an event. Or if you do, you're very lucky. This will be able to, shoot a music video, shoot a photo shoot, and then this weekend is Caroline's birthday party.
Right.
For all of her friends, and it's black tie, and they have music and a band and Cadillac on the set. So these are things that have come into, like, you want to do that here? Absolutely.
Yeah.
These are we're excited to see what unique stage is going to bring stages.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
And we have so many events and artists and so many creative people here.
Yeah, looking
that
for
should
spaces.
be quite amazing.
Yeah.
Bustling, you say.
So if people want to contact you, give us all the details, please.
Awesome. You can go to our website at HWY17studios.com, or you can reach us at the team at HWY17studios.com. Or if you like to call, you can call 831-239-2800 and reach one of us directly. That's the best way. You can schedule a studio tour. You can do all that. And December 13th, Almar Street Fair in collaboration with the parish. Come check it out. Maker's Mark.
You're on Almar Street, right?
We are.
Yes.
We are 831
831
Almar Street. So next year we're going to do 831 and 831 at the 831. Mm-hmm. We'll try that on.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I'm reading it.
That tracks. All right, we're good.
How are we doing on time, Denise?
We're there.
We're there. Oh, it's been so great talking to you. Really
It has
fun.
been.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank
very
you for having us.
exciting to see the future for Santa Cruz coming up. That's great.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate
Yeah.
your time and
Yeah.
appreciate you, giving us a platform to speak.
Well, of
Yes.
course.
So much.
Thank you.
Salute.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Go Ahead and Tell Me with these two fabulous, talented, visionary filmmakers. Thank you for spending your time with us. Your support means the world. If you loved this episode, please leave us a review, share it with your community, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss a beat. If you missed any part of the show, don't worry. You can catch every episode anytime, anywhere. We're online across all platforms, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and more. Just search Go Ahead and Tell Me with Santa Cruz Voice. Thanks for listening. We are here if you want to tell us. And remember to keep dreaming and to keep showing up boldly in every role you play.